Hello, welcome to Shittywebcomics Weekly. I usually go with, I want to start with brought to you by our Subscribe Star backers, but the more important forced catchphrase, and the more forced part of the forced catchphrase, is we're explorers on the furthest reaches of experience, demons to some, angels to others, angles to even others.
Catchphrase.
But our episodes are brought to you by our Subscribe Star backers. Donate to see into the mind of God. And on that note, speaking of which, we were leaving off last time with an actual page from Noel Stevenson's memoir, where it was
Her terrible, shitty, poorly written memoir, poorly drawn too.
Visually incoherent memoir. Which I guess that means it's important. You know, if you can't tell what the fuck's supposed to be happening, that means it's very important.
Very highfalutin.
Yeah,
and not at all just a mess. It's never. You're never allowed to criticize something if it's incomprehensible to read.
Inevitably award-winning memoir. I'm sure this won some fucking award. The national book award or whatever.
That was the best part. It won an international book award, and it's like international
book
what book
award? Yeah,
which book award?
An award?
It sounds like a fake award that they would give away just so that somebody could say that they won an award.
Yeah, the fucking Mossad made a fucking
literally a fake name.
Yeah, it's like something they invite people to. Where behind the scenes they're like dropping a hatch. They're inviting children and then drop them down a hatch to the secret fucking underground temple where they'll be cannibalized, or their souls will be consumed by the Globanati. But above ground, they're having the International Book Award, where books like this are given awards, just to make it look like it's real, but at the same time, who's really?
It's sort of like what is it, Nebula, or not the Nebula? What was it? The Hugo Awards.
Yeah, the Hugo Awards. To be honest, the actual statuette for the Hugo Awards is like the worst one. It's just a big fucking cigar-shaped, dildo-shaped rocket. The Nebula Awards are the coolest one because like a block of lucite with like an actual like galaxy like made out of sand inside, and it's like, shit, man, I want one of those.
Oh, that sounds nice. And yeah, I was gonna say I don't remember what the Hugo Awards look like until you mentioned that. It's like, it's like the most unbelievably generic bullshit.
It's just like a gray or so, not actual silver. I'm sure it fucking looks cheaper than a bowling trophy.
What I've heard about Hugo Weaving.
I can't believe Hugo Weaving would do something like
whoever the fucking guy is.
Hugo Gernsback.
Apparently, he was essentially an Ethan Van Sciver.
Ethan Van.
He was just zero talent, all marketing, all hype, fucking pulling the ladder up behind him.
Yeah, to be honest, I have no clue. He may not be like that. He might be exactly like that. He may have just had his legacy destroyed in some way or something. I don't know. Maybe not.
Yeah, no. I'm not the official here. I'm just fucking speculating. But
irresponsibly.
As everybody knows, when I assume, I'm usually right.
But it's for other people to actually go look for. I was just fucking.
Yeah, prove me wrong.
I'm just thinking out loud here. But here, most importantly, though, we left off on this page where apparently Noel Stevenson was perturbed by her girlfriend very clearly being bi and having a boyfriend. So she's like
the typical, very important. This is the typical stupid ass idiot leftist mindset of like open relationships are clearly better than regular relationships because it means there's more love to go around or some shit like that. And it's like, no, monogamy has always been the best system, and if you cast it off, you're going to ruin everything.
It's literally been documented the science that, we love so much, has documented that specific animals are either promiscuous or monogamous, and that specifically humans are monogamous.
And also that monogamy is preferable in every way.
But also that it's more functional. But anyways, getting into this relationship and what's actually happening here, what the fuck is actually happening
It's
here.
going to be quite the laugh.
Yeah, well, the way
lark.
here, there's this 4chan post, and the way that they phrase it is especially entertaining, I do have to say.
Well, I mean, it's also very enlightening.
Yes.
It's like, oh, I understand perfectly what's going on.
I don't know. Yeah, that's very true. It's very clear what you know. Here's the post right here, and I'll read this in a second. But I also don't know where all of the information they got this from is, or where it's from, or where it's.
I know that some
how.
of it's been confessed to. I mean, fucking Noel Stevenson is basically confessing to a whole bunch of the bullshit.
Yes. But and maybe they followed Noelle Stevenson, actually read her tweets or Tumblr or something all the time.
Well, let's face it, this
or
shit's
saw
funny.
somebody who did and compiled all the information. I don't know.
She's a lol cow. This is what people should be doing instead of DSP and Chris Chan.
Yeah, DSP is just kind of a goofy dope. Chris Chan is a mentally retarded
all you
man.
fucking asswipes who say you want to fucking fight the culture war, but it's also let's
or
get
laughing at lol cows
in here,
milking the lol cows, and yet they are terrible at. All of them are terrible at it. We don't even want to do it, and we're better than all of them combined.
I'm not even trying.
Better than millions and millions of people combined, and we're not even trying. But here, this 4chan post says, God, everything about this is so hot. Imagine being a lesbian dating a poly-bisexual chick who decides on opening the relationship. And since you're so confident no man can ever please your GF like you agree. And then a few days later, she brings home a man taller and bigger than you. This guy might be embellishing a little bit, or every detail about this is verbatim from the... I don't know where the source is, so I can't say for sure. But
I'm just going to say that I don't doubt any of this.
Yeah, no.
It's up to somebody else to doubt this.
I'll just read this, and I'll let you decide. I'll report, and you decide. She brings home a man taller and bigger than you. I mean, that's statistically likely in every single circumstance.
I am
even
taller
if
and bigger than she is.
If the guy's just guessing, it's most likely, just fucking without even
I also
having
especially
to,
love underneath all this text is like an image superimposed.
Yes. Yeah, as anyone can see on the screen, his like crying. For some reason, it's like on the left. I think that's supposed to be Noelle, but it's not one of her drawings. I don't think. In fact, it's like, what is it? Some kind of human version of Gadget Hack Wrench or something? I think that's maybe just me.
No, I think it's fucking probably a redraw of one of her characters. There could have been an entire CO thread
I have no idea.
Draw fags involved.
Yeah, but on the other one is like rapist Goku who's all evil and shit. And it's semi-transparent, so it's a little hard to see. But then he's like right behind fucking... I don't know who that could be another character. Somebody made like a lewd of one of her other characters or something. Maybe from Nimona even. Because I did read some of Lumberjanes. I remember Lumberjanes was just on Tumblr. So I recognized the art style, and it's like, yeah, they were just regular like plaid wearing lumberjane.
And just Lumberjanes by itself was just yet more jealousy of men.
Yeah, basically. It was like, we can do all the things men can do, and it's like, no. Only in a fantasy that you've made, that you've doodled on Tumblr. But in real life, no. No.
It's never happened. A lot of them, a lot of them were like 14-year-old girls who seriously believed they were going to live that life. This is what happens when they grow up. Yeah,
that's what happens when you let Tumblr fucking brainwash you when you're an impressionable teen.
Now, of course, whatever, Nimona Stevenson or whatever the fuck her name is, she's like in her 30s or something.
Yeah.
She's so severely post-wall.
Utterly eggless. But, so anyways, she brings home a man...
all of her best eggs on this bullshit.
Yes. Just fucking blasted them out. Anyways, a few days later, she brings home a man taller and bigger than you to her room while you're on the other side of the wall, and suddenly you start hearing your GF getting her guts split open in the other room,
which is a great way.
Screaming in ways you've never heard her moan before.
Her guts split open is the perfect way to describe totally normal, healthy heterosexual sex.
The physical act of lovemaking. Heterosexually. Um, screaming in ways you've never heard her moan before, with this lasting for what feels like hours, and then after he leaves, with you having tears in your eyes, your GF approaches, she kisses you, and then you feel like you still have some control of the situation. You shamefully eat her out, and suddenly realize you taste something weird. So you spit out what happens to be Malcolm, literally losing your gold start by eating Malcolm out of your GF's vagina after she got bred by a real man on the room next to you. Something you completely heard happening, an experience you find so violating and traumatizing, you end up cutting your tits off due to the you end up cutting up your tits due to the trauma and humiliation of the experience, so that you can skinwalk the man who bred your GF, despite the fact you will never be able to do the same and live up to him, since you will never have a penis. And the best part is, this isn't even a Coomer LARP. This is literally what happened. To this day, I will never understand why they shared all of this with the world. It's so humiliating.
See, that's why I believe it.
Yeah,
that's why I believe it, because there's like women posting their L's, and like a lot of like the most degrading and humiliating ones get a lot of replies just saying, why would they post this themselves?
Just baffled.
And the answer is because, of course, they're women.
Yes, they think they're trying to get people to sympathize, not realizing that nobody can't not laugh at this.
It makes them look bad because it makes them look stupid, which they are.
Part of me believes that this is all of it. I don't know if it's nobody can't not laugh or nobody can't laugh. I think it's nobody can't laugh.
Nobody can not laugh.
They certainly can. Anyways, part of me believes that this is all a weird conversion kink.
A rare triple negative. That's a rare triple negative.
Yeah, it's very rare. You know what? If I may have made it too triple negative, though. That's too much. That's
whatever. Too bad. This is why we're here. Yeah. This is the important service we provide, other than just reading this.
About whether it is or isn't a triple negative. That's the most important part.
Very important that somebody be here for this.
Yes. But the post wraps up saying, part of me believes this is all a weird conversion kink LARP. Since it's so weird and out there, like a weird story from some r/dyke conversion or r/cuckoldry Coomer, but the fact that they pooned out shortly afterwards is just too perfect. Queer history right here, folks. And there's this, and then
that's a good point.
There's another version of this which includes the headline, non-binary She-Ra creator Noelle Stevenson explains how lockdown gave them the push to finally undergo top surgery. And again, the book was made in 2020. This article about the top surgeries from 2021. So a year after the book, she gets her tits ripped off. Just ripped.
She
right
completely fails to retrieve that Diet Coke. Or was it Pepsi? Coke? What was it?
I think he wanted to make sure one of his movies was going to get in the proper amount of theaters. But yeah, the way I remembered it was Les Grossman saying, "I will rip your tits off if you don't give me a Diet Coke." That's how I remember it. You know, maybe I Mandela affected that. But
the best kind of Mandela effect.
Yes,
is Nelson Mandela effect,
which is exactly where it comes from. But the book itself. Here's the couple of pages about that. The page before the one we saw earlier, it starts with track 4, "Keep You on My Side" by Chiverches, that fucking some kind of emo band. But here's her asleep. She gets up. She wakes up. She's laying on the couch, and behind her is the bedroom where there's some talking noises that is indistinct. And 2 people in the bed, and then her sitting on the bed going, "Stupid, stupid, stupid." Just, feeling like she should rip her own tits off or something surgically.
You can already sense the tit rip-off energy.
Yes.
She's trying to go for here.
Glowing tit rip-off energy here. But the next page is the one we saw, where she starts going to the door, and then the girl comes up and is like, "Stay," and then So they both sleep on the couch. It's
The
easier
first
to
thing
see
I
on this.
think of when I see that is now just the MST3K, the undead reference.
Stay. And then I can't do this anymore. Text sent, but who is it sent to? The boyfriend? No, clearly not, because the exact opposite happened.
The bull. It's not the boyfriend. It's the bull.
Yes, that's clearly, in a way, same thing. Next page after that, track 5, Friday, I'm in Love by The Cure. And it's
Ugh.
the actual lyrics. And they're,
You know, I used to do this like when I was, I don't know, 19 on the internet.
I think 17.
Yeah,
I
well,
remember it was.
I did it embarrassly late too. Where it's like,
Yes.
yeah, this
Yes.
piece of music
That's
perfectly
more
sums
like
up
when
my
you're fucking
mindset
like
right
12
now.
to 15, 16 at the
Yeah.
latest. I
Well,
guess.
also, we definitely experienced Arrested Development
Yeah, that's why I was
on
just about to say
DVD.
we had Arrested Development on DVD, the whole box set. It was a pretty good show. But yeah,
But also, just yeah, we fucking had to go through a
lack of
period of time
socialization
where we
mainly.
needed some growing to do,
Yeah, which
and that is one of the things people need to stop doing. It's something I just
the internet
automatically
fucking
hit by default.
cured
This
that.
piece of music, you listen to the words, man.
Yeah,
Opie
exactly.
and
Listen to
Anthony
the words,
absolutely changed that
man.
shit.
That kind of shit. That's
Opie
something
and
that you should
Anthony
not
completely
fucking
changed my
do
perspective on that shit.
once you escape your teen years. Once you escape being a teenager, you need to not have been doing that for a long time. As soon as you hit age 20, you need to have already not been doing that and recognizing how gay that is to be like, this song really speaks to me, man, because it's not the lyrics. You can't put it into a comic and, put the lyrics in a comic and it's like, this is going to make so much sense. Because
You're
it's
just
the
going to have
sound of
already
the song
listened to
that
the
you're
music.
actually trying
You
to
haven't listened to the
communicate.
music before. You should go download the freaking buy the album. And
No.
that's the worst one is when they
No.
tell you to fucking buy the album or buy the music or something.
Unless they're fucking just such complete cunts. Buy the album, asshole. Or like Meatwad when he became famous for the Chicken and Beans song. It's like, what? You want to hear
Buy
Chicken
my
and
album.
Beans?
Stop stealing my shit.
Yeah. Fucking just smashes his guitar.
Throw up. Throw up. No, fuck y'all.
I puke only for friends, and you ain't that. Just fucking goes backstage with hanging out with the fucking sexy ass hookers. He's like, have you seen my horse? They got my briefcase full of pills because I got a medical condition coming on. It's called genius. And then Frylock grounds him, and that's the end of Meatwad's famous musician arc. What a great show! That's certainly better story, even more poignant actually, and emotionally touching than this dumb, gay fucking.
Yeah. Well, gee. I was
Indie
going to compare it to
comic
Comicsgate.
jangle.
Does this
fucking
rise above the level of
shoegaze.
Comicsgate?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yes. Anyways,
That is the sad fact. Is this stupid ass SJW cuck bitch
literal
horseshit?
female cuck queen, which is actually that's the clinical term for it. I didn't know.
Yes.
I thought that was just some kind of
Also the most based and patrician form of cucking, because any
Yes.
other kind is wrong. It's wrong to do that to a man. It's okay to do it to a woman.
It's natural and healthy to do it to a woman. Yeah, in this though, the lyrics. First of all, I like that song by The Cure, but seeing it here, I don't like the song anymore. Sorry,
I like
sorry,
this
The
song, but
Cure.
what
I
are
don't
they
like the
doing?
song now because I just saw this page with the lyrics.
They ruined the Cure for me.
But it's like 3 panels, her in bed with increasing amounts of like tissues surrounding her on the bed. And it's like, oh no, she's jacking off with her cock. Oh wait, no, she's not doing that, I
No,
guess.
it's the fucking same thing, basically. White male tears.
Yes, you know what that means. Anyways, so as usual, Orange You Job, that you listen to Shitty Webcomics. As usual, more of this. There's a lot more in-depth stuff, actually. Technically more focused, sometimes less focused, on our Subscribe Star. That's where the real meat and the real gold. Meat gold, perhaps.
It's like meat and potatoes, but instead of potatoes, it's gold.
It's gold. Delicious gold. You can eat gold, just like the ancient Israelites, the ancient Hebrews, when they were
And
stuck in
molten
the
gold poured
desert for
down
40
their throat.
years. 40
Remember
years and
how they
40
have molten
nights.
gold poured down their throat because they're fucking J words?
No, that was the Spanish. That was Spanish
Well,
Inquisition.
it might as well have been the J words.
Except it sounds cooler. Molten gold poured down your throat. That sounds horrible, horrifying, but also kind of awesome. Dude, it's so cool. So, yeah, again, if you want to keep up or keep ahead, years ahead of everyone else on the internet, in the history of the entire internet, just like we were always right about, and people are just now catching on about the Ricada stuff and Comicsgate. We were calling that and completely dead right before everyone, years before every single person. So if you want to be ahead of the curve like that, you don't want to be a monster either. Just $5 on a subscribe star. And for everyone else, should have listened to Shitty Webcomics.